What's up, guys? Sans7 here. Got a YouTube channel for you, TerryZ24, and great content. Not to mention he's a top arena player and ahead of me now. I know he cracked the top 50. He's got a video in there, and I'll link that video to it. But guys, check his channel out for sure. And well, talking about the arena, this video is all about the arena. Now, you see me back at 180. I was inactive for a couple days in the arena, basically farming my ass off on charge. You will see every one of my turns taken for the entire day, from about 5 a.m. server time to about the server reset. So about 17 hours worth of turns. And I'm slowing it down so you can pay attention to the damage. And you'll see that Reaper, kind of hard to see that one on Reaper. The next one's a little easier to see, but Spirit Mage, only 21,000. Why is it low? Well, okay, there are a couple reasons, and one is hero placement on the pads. And you're going to notice that where I place my Minotaur, well, he's got to be up front, but Pumpkin Duke and Spirit Mage, no, Pumpkin Duke needs to be up front, but Spirit Mage just a little behind Pumpkin Duke, and you'll notice a lot more damage. On this one, you're going to see the same thing. Also, there's an upgrade that I do about 6, 7, 8 matches in, and it's an upgrade that you're going to think is, well, why would you upgrade that? It's not that big of a deal, and I'm going to show you the numbers and show you how big of an upgrade it is. Now, here you can see the next Spirit Mage proc, so we can get some numbers, and okay, 33,000, and you know, that's pretty much the normal Spirit Mage proc that I get with a decent placement. Now, I didn't put my Spirit Mage back on that one, but being the top lane just a hint longer, which actually I believe it's been fixed now, but that gave me that extra little time, so my Spirit Mage does take advantage and get every single buff possible for her proc, and that's why she was procking at 30,000 as opposed to 21,000. Now, what you're really going to see after the upgrade is you're going to see a huge boost in Spirit Mage's proc along with Reaper's proc, and it's going to make it to where everything is one-shotted that I need one-shotted. And I'm slowing these down, like I said, during every proc to let you see these numbers, and before I show the upgrade, you will get to see who gets upgraded, and you'll get to see the number difference, and it's quite shocking. Now, the reason I knew to do the upgrade was Monopolist, and if you guys haven't checked him out, I highly suggest it. He is the god of numbers in CC. He knows his stuff. Now, this one's interesting because I actually get stunned first. We're going to slow it down, and you'll notice that the first procs are coming in. That's Reaper, and this is Spirit Mage, and this is without any buff from Pumpkin Duke. And it's down there at 22,000, and that's going to screw me. And I'm going to end up losing. Or am I? Wait, Reaper? Come on, baby. Let's do it. Reaper versus Mortap. Come on. Come on. Come on. And oh, so close. So close. Some levels on that Reaper, and I'll get it. All right, well, now I know where to go, and making sure that Pumpkin Duke gets way out in front. Now, I still didn't really start dropping my Spirit Mage back yet, and it wasn't a tip that I'd really known at this point, but you'll see. Also, this one, look at the Might title. That's also a difference where, of course, you're getting that extra bonus against them. And here's the first Reaper proc, and it's going to hit for only 27,000. That's actually a lot, but again, like I said, that's the difference in the Might title. But Spirit Mage only hitting for 22,000. Why? Because I'm not placing her properly. She needs to be placed just a couple notches back from where Pumpkin Duke is and the rest of them. And what happens is Pumpkin Duke is able to double stack, getting a double proc off with Pumpkin Duke. You're getting the Druid's proc, and you're getting the buff from Cupid. You're getting all of them. And speaking of Druid's proc, yeah, it is only 26% for mine at 5 of 9 right now, but you would be shocked to find out really how much of a difference it does make. And if you haven't guessed already, that's who I'm going to upgrade. All right, we're going to stop it again, and we'll show you right there, about 8,000 for Minotaur, 21 to 23 for Reaper. Here, Spirit Mage is coming in, and 29, 26, 28. Okay, these are decent numbers, and this is against someone that is right at the same might as me, so this is a good level to gauge. And really, that's what I was finding, is it was between 26 to 29, maybe 30 sometimes. Occasionally, just very rarely over 30,000. All right, going up against my boy Ware here, and like I said, the top lane was fixed, and you can run high without, worrying about it being so much longer and never getting a stun first, because stop! Thank you. And we'll slow it down. You can see the numbers coming in right here. And we got Reaper. No, where's Reaper? I didn't even notice Reaper's proc here, but, well, 33,000 for Spirit Mage, but the reason it's a little higher, look at the Might title. I'm getting that 5% bonus. And I can tell you, going up against higher Might titles, it is even more difficult. And now we got Stevo Abba. Okay, yeah, that was terrible pronunciation of the handle. That's okay, though. And it's a Sprint Reaper. And for those of you wondering, how do I know what talents they have? Well, I would assume that Druid has Zerk, and the Spirit Mage has either Bulwark or War God. Because anyone that spent this much money rolling their talents, you're going to see the Reaper sprinting out. You know he's faster than normal. And Druid, well, it's a common talent to have Zerk on him. Spirit Mage, if someone spent this much money to get their other talents up, I can guarantee you, if Spirit Mage is not Revite, they're going to have either War God or Bulwark on their Spirit Mage. That is how I know the talents. Now, is it for sure? Do I know 100%? No. However, I'm sure I could sit there and review the tape and see, okay, well, I'm doing this much damage to Spirit Mage. What percentage of that bar is going down? So on and so forth, and find out, well, is it Tenacity, blah, 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 Flame Guard, whatever. But no thank you. I'll just go ahead and go with my intuition, which says when I see a Spirit Mage that's not revited, it's War God 90% of the time, 95%, and then the very, very rare and lucky ones that are Bulwark. Now, this is why you don't want a Reaper without Sprint. This Reaper's not even going to have a chance to do anything. That was a 5 of 5 Reaper. Basically, it was first swing attack, but it never even got a chance to attack because it's just gone with a 2-hit combo. Now, even though they were stunned first, if their Cupid was 9/9, their not Pumpkin Dude because he stopped, remember that, their Druid was skilled up properly, and their Reaper and Spirit Mage both did get a chance to proc, well, maybe they get the win, even though their Pumpkin Duke was stopped. That's why the next thing for me is taking Cupid up, because I want to be able to take another Spirit Mage out and another Reaper out, even though I do not get a buff from Pumpkin Duke. That's what Cupid will help me do. So now it is an epic quest to move on up and get those taken care of. Now, this video is kind of long because, like I said, it is every turn I did for an entire day, and it was a day that was after not being active for a couple days in the arena. So you notice that I did drop down to about 300 or somewhere around then. And here's another example of, well, that Reaper, 151, you can see Cupid's going to buff him, so his first attack, well, it would be a proc, but no. He's not going to do anything. And actually he is. Okay, he lived. Never mind, my bad. Not going to matter anyways, though. And we're going to move on into Iverson. Okay, what do we got, brother? Iverson Tan? My bad. Alright, moving in Reaper, and you'll notice that, well, if I don't know a lane choice, my Minotaur has to be out front because... Stop! Oh, it didn't stop. You'll see what happens when I get stunned. What happens is my Reaper's not proccing. Now, one interesting thing is my Cupid at 9 of 9, my Reaper's going to proc. That would be huge. Getting my skills up, having Cupid at 9, that means my Reaper's going to proc. I'm going to get my Spirit Mage up next. And with a 9/9 Spirit Mage, 9/9 Cupid, doesn't matter if a Minotaur stuns me first. Now, Thunder God's different because Thunder God's going to stop my other guys that can buff. But an interesting thing to know is even if you get stunned first by a Minotaur in a collision or in an open lane situation, because of Druid's range, if you place properly, Druid will proc, and you will get that buff from Druid. That's huge, guys. So be very, very, very aware of how important Druid is. Okay, here it is. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade Druid from 5 of 9. Right there, you can see 26%. That's all we care about in the arena. Only goes to 28%. That is only 2%. That, you think, oh, 2%, that's nothing. But guys, it's all about order of operation inside the equation and where it is. If Druid had something like, well, the buff that Pumpkin Duke has, it would be crazy. Now you can see my arena squad. Everyone is at 7 of 9, minus my Druid at 6 of 9. Now, the upgrade to Druid at 7 of 9, you only get 1%, but you go up to 8 of 9, you get 2%. So, really, the end for Druid, for me, might be 8 of 9. Eventually, one day, God knows who win. God knows when. All right, we got Colin. And against Colin, I go top. I've got my Spirit Mage in the right spot. I have an advantage on the Might title. Do I stun first? I do, and I wonder how much my Spirit Mage procs for. Let's see. It's coming on in there, and 36,000. Okay, and that's with the Might title with a little bonus there, so that's not a great gauge. All right, here's one that will be. If it's an open lane situation, I'll get to see what my Spirit Mage is doing and my Reaper are doing with that Druid buff versus, well, not having the Druid there buffing me. Okay, so Spirit Mage, you notice that I'm putting just a couple steps behind, and it's just to time it with all the other buffs of my heroes. And there you go, and see another one of those Reapers without sprint on it. There's the stun, my Reaper for 20,000. Spirit Mage is proccing, and let's see how much Spirit Mage hits for on this one. Come on. There we go, and 38,000. All right, so you can already see that that is a huge increase in damage that I'm getting with my Spirit Mage from a 2% buff on Druid. Guys, Druid is very useful in the arena, and it's even more so when you know the fact that even if you get stunned first, that Druid is going to be buffing. That's just absolutely mind-blowing to me, because that means if I take care of 4 heroes, my Cupid, my Druid, my Spirit Mage, and my Reaper, if I get them high enough, I don't care if I get stunned first. I don't care if my Minotaur's not in the game or my Pumpkin Duke. I'm going to be killing them without those guys in the game. All right, here we go against Kalanak again, and, well, this time, let's see how much Spirit Mage procs for, and I don't know. It just one-shotted. And that's nice to see an entire team get one-shotted, but more importantly, no Spirit Mages are living to get that proc off against me. And that is the most important aspect for me, is the combination of Reaper and Spirit Mage for me killing their Spirit Mage. If I can do that and stay active for more than one session in a row, running with an arena group, maybe running solo, just PMing people, trying to work with who will work with me, maybe there's a possibility I can probably break top 50, considering I've got everything pretty equally organized. Pumpkin Duke is at 9-star now. Druid will be at 9-star shortly. Cupid after that. Reaper after that. So it's not going to be too long from there. But really, the huge jump that I'm going to see that will probably get me around 30 is the epic quest of taking Cupid up to 9 of 9. Now, I am basically going through and making a ton of videos right now. And from there, I'm going to take the next few days to a week and play the game. Now, I'll be releasing a video every day, but they'll all be videos that I've made now, because I want to spend the next week just farming like a madman for the contest, for Shinra versus Niggy and friends, and also some of those shards. Yes, I am going to go towards that 65,000 shards that I'll need to get Cupid up. So that is one epic quest, and now we move to 166, and like I said, long video, a lot of turns, and kind of just sitting here. Don't really know why I'm just sitting here. La 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 la. Yeah, I can't sing, guys. That is one thing I cannot do. You can see that 199,000 honor badges. I am so close. So very close. And here we go. Same thing, and all I did this day was ride the top lane, because it was shortly after they fixed the glitch that was causing the lanes to basically be different lengths. And that meant that I knew I wasn't going to be running into people. And if I'm not running into people and you give me an open lane all day, I'm going to do this all day. Their Spirit Mage is going to be gone every time. Not a problem. All right, we got Robin 12. What's up, Robin? And we're going to go ahead and run high as usual. And one of the things I'm not doing while running high is I'm putting the rest of my heroes all the way up front. And that's going to screw me when I run into something like a Thunder God. Oh, yeah, just back out. Get the hell out of there. I don't want to run into Robin's 12. No. But now I know I have the open lane on the bottom. And same might title. Now, this is something I'm curious about. Does the dragon affect heroes across the map? Even though it's not hitting with damage, is it taking away their damage? And, well, my bad camera skills right there just didn't even let me know. But did get the win, moving to 136. And I think I actually did miss a couple turns for this day. And, okay, here's a good one. Going against someone that is a might title above me. And, like I said, open lane, because it's on the top. Very, very probable. And there we go. They're on the bottom. And, oh, it's a dragon. 154, 5/5 Revite dragon. Guys, you know, having a dragon would be nice, but I'm not going all... Oh, that's bad. I got stunned first, so I'm probably going to be losing this one. We'll go ahead and watch the whole thing out. You can see the first proc was so weak because I had, you know, no buffs going, but the second one coming in, and Reaper, Spirit Mage, bye-bye. Dragon only left. Got stunned first, was able to still move on through and get that win. Now, people have been mentioning, yes, you can put a dragon in place of your druid. And yes, I see that, but not where my current Spirit Mage level is, because I wouldn't be able to get enough damage to take care of these level 170, 178 Spirit Mages that I've seen out there, especially one with Bulwark, because one proc from those Spirit Mages can just wipe me out and end my day. On offense, in an open lane, I need to kill Spirit Mages. Previously, I was having problems against a Spirit Mage like that, which probably has War God. Now you're seeing, well, that hooker is just floating off into nothingness because it gets one-shotted. And you can see just really incredible damage. That's just a huge, huge, huge jump for me with two small things. An upgrade on Druid, which 6,000 shards, you know, you might not think that's, you know, you might think that's a lot. 6,000 shards is nothing in the grand scheme of things, especially with dungeon refreshes. Then along with the very simple Spirit Mage back, just a, you know, fraction of an inch, and maybe an inch, I don't know. Depends on how big your screen is, I guess. But dropping Spirit Mage back like that, and well, here's one, might title, that's 2 down, so I believe I get a 10% buff on everything, on my HP and on my damage. Oh, but I didn't stun first. See, not stunning first is a problem, whether I have that buff or, I'm sorry, whether I have that might advantage or not. If I get stunned first, generally, I'm going to lose. However, that's why Cupid at 99 would be so important, because I would be able to do enough damage to kill that friggin' hooker on the other side without killing me. From what I've seen and been told, at the very top of the arena, the only thing that matters is who Spirit Mage procs first. That's it. When Spirit Mage procs, it is game over. And I can see why. I mean, my Spirit Mage is only 7 of 9, and with the combination of Reaper, nothing's living, minus extremely high HP heroes, and they barely have any health left, but they're not going to beat me. The only heroes who are going to beat me are Spirit Mage and Reaper, who are killing. The arena is not about a DPS contest anymore the way it used to be. Now it is about, can you kill the other person first? Your entire arena setup needs to be set up around that fact. You need to kill them. And if you're not able to kill them with a Spirit Mage, don't use her. All you're doing is hurting yourself by letting her proc and getting their energy up. If you're farther back in the arena, do not use that Spirit Mage. Save her, wait for the hooker to get ready, and when she can start doing stuff like that, then you can bring her out. So that's kind of, you know, just a little tip that'll help you out, because think about it. Your Spirit Mage procs, but it's not killing them, and all it's doing is giving them extra energy, so they're going to proc faster. Alright, what's going on, Spud? What you got, son? Come on, get in there. And you can see I'm trying to get Pumpkin Duke in as close as I can, because if it happens to be that Pumpkin Duke procs and I end up not having my Minotaur proc, I'm not worried, because I've still got the buff from Pumpkin Duke, and from there, just, it's all good. But looks like I stunned first anyway, so there it is. There's the combo. Who's going to live? Same 2 heroes generally, but second Reaper proc, gone. Now, with Cupid at 9 of 9, my Reaper's going to get that second proc much, much sooner, but really it's just not going to make much of a difference. Alright, here we go. Another Might, where it's... I got my Might 10% with that Might title, and the last time he beat me, but this time I'm going to run into him, and it's all about getting my stun first. If I stun first, bye-bye. Another thing, in collisions at 9 of 9, when I do get stun first with that Minotaur, my Reaper doesn't proc. Cupid at 9 of 9, my Reaper does proc. And the combination of Spirit Mage and Reaper procking with that extra 10% with Cupid, actually 15%, I'm sorry. Because going from 8 of 9 to 9 of 9, you get that extra 10% instead of 5 for a skill up. That's just going to be incredibly useful in collisions. It'll be basically the upgrade that gets me inside the top 100, staying there without having to be active. I can just ignore it and just do a few turns in a day, you know, maybe 10 turns in a day, and just stay there when I want to make a run, really go at it, move into the top 30 maybe. Then once I get my Spirit Mage up to 9 of 9, and then I'd probably start flirting with top 10. But again, that's 130,000 shards away. That is a lot of work. But like I said, guys, this arena run, this arena series, it will go on for either 5 episodes or 100 episodes. I will get there. It's just a matter of time. Okay. Alright. Another run, and this video is getting close to being over, but as you can see, the farther I'm getting into the top of the arena, more just pure 9-star teams, and this one, well, I got stunned first, and that's never good. You saw that double proc, and that was definitely that 4 or 5 Revite Cupid. I'm assuming it was a 4 or 5 Revite Cupid. I didn't actually see. I just saw how quickly the Spirit Mage procced once, then twice. But again, I was stunned first. Getting stunned first means generally losing. Really, the arena, there's not much strategy. There I am, stunned first again. But wait. Okay, guys, are you seeing a common theme? When I'm getting stunned first against a team that runs the Dragon, they're generally using the Dragon over Reaper, which I believe is a mistake. So, I've won twice while being stunned first. And both times, they had the Dragon in. But if I run into a Dragon, of course, I'm going to get my ass kicked. Now we go up against Samer. I do get the stun, which means I'm going to get the win. And in a collision, of course, it's all about who stuns first. Now, Thunder Gods and Immorteps are going to own you in the stuns because they have a range of 1. 1 space being the length of a wall. Down to 81. I believe I have 2 turns left for this video. But Minotaur has a range of 0. So when he runs into a Thunder God, you're kind of in trouble. There are those fluky occasions where he will stun, and it's just the randomness inside the game. And God knows why or what, but it's IGG for you. And here we go up against Mighty Eirik. And, well, their Druid, they had 3 heroes survive the first wave of procs, but that's okay. Okay, last turn, going to 77, and after this one, I was just too tired. It had been too long of a day. Just called it a day. Now, this wasn't a day that I was scouting a bunch. I wasn't, I was just basically, I had upgraded. I wanted to see what the heroes could do, and I spent a day in the arena. Now, for the last 2 days, again, I've been inactive. This was 3 days ago, maybe I got the gameplay. But I really, really, really do like the upgrades that I have now, and I'm curious how far I can actually get when I am active, and I will be doing that next week. Alright, so I did end up challenging King DD and just absolutely getting obliterated. Why show it? Alright guys, stand 7-0.